Every year, thousands of motorists make the journey to South African holiday destinations across the country. Packing the motor vehicle is a fun family event. However, whether they will arrive at their destination is another thing. SA CAN My 911 ERPC wants to assure the visitors to our province that KwaZulu-Natal emergency responders are equipped and prepared for any emergency situation or crisis. The majority of accidents on our roads during the festive period are largely related to driver attitude. Aggressive or poor judgment whilst overtaking has been singled out as the #1 cause of most collisions. Derek Banks from ER24 Durban had this to say.
What we find a lot is a lot of road rage. It's due to fatigue or a lot of people just not understanding the roads properly or just want to sit too close to one another. Make sure there's a good following distance amongst each other and that everybody is just having a good time on their way to holidays.
Drinking and driving is usually the one statistic that has the ability to change the number of injured pedestrians, passengers and drivers of alcohol-induced accidents. A change in the driver's attitude is the most certain way of assuring that if you know you have had too much, then you should not drive. This is followed by poor car maintenance and lack of respect for other road users. We spoke to Meditech ALS Michelle Smith.
Education and awareness, I think that's the most important points that one could drive home. The public need to know what's going to happen should they decide to drive under the influence. Again, looking after your car, making sure that it's roadworthy, having a designated driver if you're going to decide to drink that night, having routes that you would normally use, having somebody that knows where you're going, what time you're going to be home. Basically, education awareness. As I said again, that's your most important thing. You need to be aware of the consequences of your actions and be aware of what you're doing to other people. I mean, it's not just yourself and your family, it's innocent people on the road, even us. I mean, sometimes we're even victims of drunken drivers. Ambulances are involved in motor vehicle collisions, policemen themselves. So that's basically it. Just know what you're doing and know the consequences thereof.
Most road users are not aware of their location when travelling on our roads. Whilst driving, familiarise yourself with your road markers, road signage and teach your family to make use of their smartphone technology by locating and plotting your position using maps and features of their smartphones. South Africans need to adopt a new mindset in how they travel, especially in a world where technology is readily available, relatively easy to use and within the possibilities of the whole family participating. Remember, it's important to remain calm and collected amidst the tragedy unfolding in front of you. Always note a few location positioning hints when you're on an accident scene. Position yourself away from harm's way and on oncoming traffic. In misty weather, do not endanger your life. Move away to a safe location while getting help. Describe how many vehicles you see and if anyone is entrapped. Describe the nature of injuries and if you smell fuel on the scene. If you are with friends, try and delegate someone to call the fire department.
Okay, Rami Papa 20, the mobile to vehicle fire.
Check to see if the injured are breathing. Administer first aid or CPR to those who need it first. Hand over the scene to the first qualified medical person who stops at your scene. Take down his or her details, registration number and contact info, and then step back and allow the arriving team space to arrive and carry out their duties.
Firstly, we encourage the members of the public that give us the call to make sure the information is as accurate as possible. Location, for example, what side of the freeway is it? Is it going northbound, southbound, eastbound, westbound? Basically just to give us some kind of a landmark as well as how great is the actual incident. Is there one vehicle, multiple vehicles? More or less just a quick assessment of what the scene actually looks like, just so that we know how much resources to dispatch to the actual scene. It makes it a little bit easier for us instead of getting there and then we still have to wait for more service to arrive.
Nick and I takes these type of situations very seriously.
We obviously don't want anybody to be injured or have near drowning symptoms or scenarios. I think prevention from the start is important. I think acting responsible, reducing alcohol consumption, and taking responsibility for your actions. In the event of emergency, obviously activation of 082 911 quickly and effectively to ensure that our resources are able to respond to that scene in the appropriate time. Time is of the essence, and yes, we take these types of situations extremely seriously.
The most important thing that I'd like to highlight is drinking and driving. I've come across a lot of accidents where there's been a lot of alcohol involved and innocent people have been injured through alcohol.
Being festive season, it's obviously a big shopping time for the criminals. So if you are going away, make sure your batteries in your gate motors, in your alarms, with this load shedding, have taken a big knock. Make sure they are in check. Make sure your neighbours know. Make sure your beams are working. Let people be aware of your situation and where you are. Know your neighbour.
This festive season, as so many before, will have a profound effect on South Africans going on their annual leave. Someone you or I know may not arrive alive by the end of this holiday season. But today we can start changing the way we think, the way we drive, and the way we become responsible whilst driving to our destination in our beautiful land. So here's wishing you all a safe and peaceful journey.